Hey, I'm Kelly. If you love cars as much as I do, you're in the right place. From drifting car days to uncovering the world's most iconic rides. Gear up and subscribe to Drive with Kelly for non-stop car fun. Okay, I have to start with the price because when I saw it, I genuinely thought it was a mistake. The 2026 Honda Transalp 750 with the e-clutch is coming in at around $10,500. And for that, you are getting fully adjustable suspension front and rear, a nicer headlight, improved switchgear, a revised TFT dash that is actually readable in bright sunlight, ambient temperature display, predicted fuel range, a standard bash plate, and the new e-clutch system. All of that for less than what the 2023 model cost when it launched. That is not a small thing in today's market, where everything seems to go in one direction on price. So yeah, I am paying attention to this bike. Let's get into it. The e-clutch, what it actually is. Before anything else, let's clear up the confusion because there is a lot of it online. The e-clutch is not a DCT. It is not an automatic gearbox. It will never change gear for you. You still shift with your foot exactly like a normal manual bike. What it does is automate the clutch engagement and disengagement through two electric actuators on the right crankcase cover, all managed by a sophisticated ECU that works together with the bike's ride-by-wire throttle system. In practice, what that means is during downshifts, the system automatically blips the throttle to match engine speed, smoothing out the transition completely and reducing any rear wheel instability. It is genuinely smooth and satisfying to use. There is also what I would call a scooter mode. You can pull away from a standstill, nudge forward in tight spaces, or maneuver at ultra-low speeds without touching the clutch lever at all. For anyone who has ever tried to inch a bigger adventure bike around a crowded parking lot, that feature has real everyday value. The clutch lever is still there in the normal position, and you can use it whenever you want. It does feel slightly looser than a standard lever, almost like the cable tension is slightly off, but you get used to it quickly and it works perfectly as a backup. If the actuator system ever has a problem, you bypass it entirely and ride the bike as a completely normal manual. That redundancy is genuinely reassuring for a machine you might be depending on miles from home. Is it better than a high-quality quickshifter from Triumph or Ducati in terms of pure smoothness? Honestly, not noticeably. It is mechanically kinder on the gearbox because it modulates the actual friction point rather than cutting ignition or fuel. It adds about 4.5 pounds to the overall weight. And for newer riders or anyone who finds clutch management mentally tiring in stop-and-go traffic, it removes a real layer of fatigue that accumulates over a long day of riding. Honda are selling these to beginner riders as well as experienced ones, and that makes complete sense once you understand what the system actually does. What it is, most accurately, is a very accomplished, super quick shifter with a couple of clever extras built in. Honda might push back on that description, but it is the most honest way to set expectations before you swing a leg over it. How the 2026 rides. The suspension upgrade is the most immediately noticeable improvement over the previous version. The old rear shock was genuinely easy to overwhelm when pushing the pace, and that was a consistent real-world complaint from owners. The 2026 setup is firmer, more controlled, and significantly better suited to the mixed terrain this bike is built for. The forks are now fully adjustable as well. The brakes offer good feel and solid stopping power, though the front brake could use a little more progression, nothing that would put you off the bike, just a personal preference note. The 755cc parallel twin remains one of the most polished engines in this class. 92 horsepower with smooth, linear fuel delivery that feels noticeably cleaner than a lot of competitors in the adventure space. No throttle snatchiness, no hesitation off idle, none of that abrupt fueling character that makes some bikes genuinely tiring to ride through city traffic. Real-world fuel range sits around 185 miles from the 4.5-gallon tank, and fuel consumption during testing came in consistently with what earlier Transalp owners reported genuinely good for a 750C twin. One thing worth mentioning is that the larger standard bash plate on the 2026 model adds some rigidity to the chassis. That sounds purely positive, and overall it is, but the trade-off is that it slightly blunts the bike's agility in tighter handling situations. It is not a significant issue, and personally I would absolutely take the bash plate. The exhaust headers and oil sump are seriously exposed without one if you are ever venturing off pavement. Wind protection feels improved over the earlier version. The standard screen height appears to have been increased slightly, and it does a noticeably better job of keeping wind off your chest at highway speeds. There is still a touring screen available as an accessory for around $150 if you want to take this bike on longer trips, which you absolutely can. The vibrations through the bars are still present and worth acknowledging. They are not terrible, but they are more pronounced than on some competitors. Not a deal breaker, just something to be aware of on longer rides. 5 riding modes are available: standard, sport, rain, gravel, and user. They are calibrated close enough together that switching between them does not produce any jarring transitions, which is the right approach for a bike that sees mixed use. User mode allows you to switch off traction control and rear ABS, which covers most of what you would realistically need for light off-road use. The chassis tuning overall feels spot-on, approachable, confidence-inspiring, and genuinely easy to get on and ride from the first minute without any learning curve. The e-clutch, in real world, use your questions answered. A lot of people ask what happens if you stop in a higher gear at a red light. The bike will not automatically drop down to first for you. It never changes gear, remember. If you pull away in second or third, the system will slip the clutch to get you moving. It works, but it is not ideal, and you can see why the system is doing some work it was not really designed for. There is a small flashing orange icon on the display warning you that you are not in first, which is a helpful nudge. Pulling away in fourth or fifth is technically possible but genuinely not recommended. Honda's own people acknowledge it and advise against it. What happens if an actuator motor fails on the road? You still have a fully functional clutch lever. You can bypass the e-clutch system entirely and ride the bike as a completely normal manual motorcycle. The lever feels slightly loose, but it works. That backup gives real peace of mind for anyone planning longer trips or riding in areas where dealer support is limited. How does it sit compared to a standard quickshifter? It is smoother at the friction point level and mechanically kinder on the drivetrain over time. In terms of outright shift speed and feel at the lever, the best quickshifters available today are genuinely comparable. The e-clutch adds weight and mechanical complexity that a quickshifter does not. Whether that trade-off makes sense depends on how you ride and how much you value the scooter mode and pull-away automation. The things Honda still needs to fix. I have to be honest here, because the comments on this bike make the same points consistently, and they are valid. No cruise control, tubed tires rather than tubeless. These are the two things that come up over and over from people who are otherwise ready to buy this bike. At $10,500, the Transalp is competing against some very capable machines, and both of these omissions are noticeable at that price point. Tubeless tires in particular are a significant ask for anyone planning serious adventure riding where a roadside repair is a real possibility. Honda knows what buyers want. The feedback is clear and consistent. The question is when they choose to act on it. Final thoughts. The 2026 Transalp is a better bike than the 2023 version in essentially every area that matters. Better suspension, better dash, better lighting, better features, and it costs less. The e-clutch is genuinely accomplished, smooth, and useful, even if it is not the revolutionary technology the marketing sometimes implies. The 755cc twin is one of the most pleasant engines in this class to live with day to day. And the value proposition at $10,500 against what the competition is charging is genuinely difficult to argue with. Would I buy it? Honestly, yeah, probably. The things it does well, it does really well, and the price makes the things it is missing easier to accept. Honda just needs to give us cruise control and tubeless tires, and this bike becomes almost impossible to beat at the price. If this helped you make up your mind on the 2026 Transalp, hit that like button and subscribe to Drive with Kelly for more honest, real-world motorcycle content from someone who actually rides. Drop your answer in the comments. Would you go for the e-clutch Transalp, or are you still holding out for cruise control and tubeless wheels? And if you're looking for a bike that's built more around comfort, confidence, and enjoying the ride than chasing spec sheet numbers, check out the video popping up on the upper left of your screen right now. These adventure bikes are perfect for riders over 55, and some of them might surprise you. We'll see you in the next one.